What's up guys, Celestial here again, back with another video. This time it's a little tips and trick guide for Monster Hunter Wilds. I've been waiting for this game for ages, that's probably why you've not seen a lot of content on the channel. I've been waiting to do videos for this, and just like the beta, I didn't really get much time with the beta, but everything's different in this, so it's probably better to start off here. There's a lot of settings you can change just in options that make this game 100 times better. So as you can see here, if you go to the camera options, there's actually an option for zoom. Initially it's set to 4, which looks like this. I hate this, and putting it up to 10 feels like it should be as default, but it's not. So what I would recommend, as you can see, you're very zoomed into your character here. I would recommend setting this to 10 because you have much more visibility of the monster. If you're like me with the insect glaive, you're flying around quite a lot. It's good to have a wide area that you can see. Look at the difference between that. Look at how much more screen you can see there. That is the biggest tip I can give you for starting with this game. You need to be able to see quite a lot when you're fighting monsters, so make sure that you change that. That's the first tip. Next tip, just another quality of life improvement. Make sure to disable auto sheath. This is very annoying, so when you don't dodge or attack for a certain period of time, your character will just automatically sheath the weapon. When you're starting in this game, you need to just kind of get everything in your brain, so changing this to disable it sheathing by itself is probably better, because then you can unsheath the weapon, sheath it when you like, and things like that. You will learn this method much better, so I recommend disabling auto sheath. Next one is to do with the Sacred, which is the mount that we use in this game. I would recommend turning off Auto Explore because then the Sacred won't just constantly go towards an objective. You can enable this by pressing up on the D-pad if you really want to do it when you're out and about. So if you want to go grab a drink and let the Sacred run to a location, you can do that. There is also another setting to do with the Sacred which I would recommend changing as well. I'll show you right now. This is also in a different part of the menu, so a lot of people probably don't know where it is. I changed this to type 2 so that your Sacred will actually stop and you will move it by yourself, because even if you turn off auto run, like where it'll run to the location, this makes it so that it won't actually move unless you're the one pushing the stick. Because initially it will move by itself, but you have to press or hold R2 for a second for it to stop. And then it'll stop, and then you continue with R1 or move the stick or whatever. Using this is so much better because you're actually controlling it yourself with the stick. So it'll stay still in the spot. You move the stick, it moves just like any other normal mount in any other video game. So you don't need to press R2 to make it stop. You just stop when you take your finger off the stick. So really good tips for the Sacred there, just so you're not running around all over the place. After I turned off auto move, I was like, why is this thing still moving? But it's in a different part of the menu. So make sure you go here and change this if you don't want the Sacred running all over the place. Another useful setting if you're using a weapon like the insect glaive is to toggle the focus mode on and off. So instead of holding down L2, you just tap it and it toggles it into the wound attacking mode that you can see. And in insect glaive mode, it's quite hard. You're basically using your hand as like a claw around the controller most of the time to do all these crazy inputs. It is really cool. Like, I still love the insect glaive. I'm glad they changed it. I'm glad the bounce is back, but toggling this does help. I'm still using hold because I'm getting sort of used to it now. If you want to make it a bit easier for yourself though, just toggle it just like that. So when you're attacking like this, your character is going to be able to see the wounds all the time, and then you can just do the normal stuff. So with Insect Glaive, you want to charge up your attack like this, and since you're in focus mode, you'll do the spin, but you can actually disable it. So what you're seeing in the top right, the menu flashing, that's me taking it out of that. So you can still untoggle it if you don't want to do the big spinning upward slash like this. But it is good to have it. But I'm kind of getting used to the way that the insect glaive works normally. So if you want to keep it like this, you can. But if you want to just have it as you hold it, fair enough. If you get used to it, you'll probably enjoy it that way more anyway. Now these tips are for people who are new to Monster Hunter, because the game has a lot of different menus and things. This is basically how you find resources on the map. So when you go to the map itself, you can actually look at the filter icons here, and you can actually mark which ones you want to do. So if you're looking for certain things on the map, you can tag herbs, you can tag honey for like mega potions, things like that. If you want to craft the buffs later on, you can target the things like that. Craft traps, spider webs are good for making, I think it's pitfall traps they make. All the kind of things like that. That's just a basic tip that was in Worlds and other Monster Hunter games. You can basically filter it so you can pick what you want on the map. And last but certainly not least, this is one of the tips I picked up in World when I first started playing Monster Hunter. I had no clue what my actual skills and things were. So when you actually go into your tent, you can look at your skill info and which ones you have active at this time. This one shows you what your actual first thing is. So whatever that actual weapon or armor piece has. When you press R1, you go into this page, which just shows you your active skills. So these are all the ones from your armor, your talismans, all that sort of stuff. And it shows you which ones are active on your character. Whereas before, when I played Monster Hunter World, I was like, I have no clue what my character has. I was just equipping armor willy-nilly. Some armor has like set bonuses for like 3 pieces. I think there was ones in World that had 5. I'm not 100% sure. But this basically allows you to like mix and match certain things, because each piece of armor will have a different ability. So for example, some will have extra healing, some will have faster eating, some will have faster sharpening, things like that. So if you want faster sharpening, you're going to have a couple pieces of that and maybe one piece of the other one. When you go to the smithy, it's a little bit different. So to see the actual equipment skills and stuff on here, there's sub menus. So as you can see the skills here on the side. But if you click triangle or whatever it is on PC, you'll see the actual skills here. So speed eating is what it would give you. And then flexible leathercraft, you can see the 1 out of 3. That shows you that you need 3 pieces to actually activate that skill. At least it tells you what it is at the top as well. Very interesting thing that you need to know to check out all the skills, because later on there's a lot of really good skills in this game. Obviously I don't know which ones are in this game, but in World there was some crazy ones. This is one of the things you need to be able to see, so you can see all your skills, see which ones are active, see which ones are missing the armor pieces if you need like a 3-piece, all that sort of stuff. This is probably the most important piece of information I can give you. And like what I said myself, when I started in World, that was my very first Monster Hunter game, I had no clue how to check my skills or anything like that. So yeah, as you can see there, that would take away flinch free and things. But yeah, probably the best piece of information I can give you. I'm not a Monster Hunter expert, I will never say I am. I'm still learning this game, even though I played World for quite a lot of hours. But it's a very in-depth game, there's a lot of skills and things you can learn, a lot of things you can equip, and a lot of things that make the game a bit easier for yourself. Just make sure you're equipping skills that you will use. And that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys for watching so much. I will be making more Monster Hunter content if I figure out any other cool things, or maybe just make some guides on some of the monsters. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.